going to Dubai, it's the next level of scale that I would like to reach. That means
So like pros and cons are for both of them. What do you want to tell?
I would tell them viewers from Pakistan that when you're interested to invest in Dubai real estate, Dubai properties, write Saqib, write Nikes, go especially to him, get all the information that you need from Dubai and everything.
But your experience is so good, and your body and your mind is so much satisfied with that.
That means you have around, let's say, 85% of experts in
Airbnb for higher returns, and also we will take care of the property management and things and that. And
on everything. Just look to the same apartment. There are a lot of apartments in the same building, and they're just neighbors. You have one apartment, Airbnb there, Airbnb there. So we are in collaboration with Nikes. That means I'm especially a real estate agent, real estate broker, and I'm working with Nikes. That means my company that I have, I offer or I give this possibility to Nikes that they can add on this service that we provide as a company as special service for their client. I call this one-stop solution. The clients come in, he buy the property from you,
Nikes,
for example, from Nikes. So he comes to you, Saqib, he will buy a property, and then the first question is, okay, what happened after?
Hello everyone. Guys, welcome back to Saqib the Beast podcast. This is our first ever podcast that we are doing right now, and this is specially related to the real estate industry. I'm very excited to have Dominique on board today.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, most welcome. And Dominique, he is with us in 9 Keys, and he's my colleague. We had been working together. He is here for like many months, and I am newly here. I'm still learning a lot, learned from Dominique, and still learning. So before talking about the topic, let me ask Dominique, welcome to our show.
Hi.
So Dominique, can you tell me about you, what brought you to Dubai, and your journey to coming here in Dubai and doing whatever you're doing right now?
For sure, for sure. So for me, especially to coming to Dubai, I think there are a few things that brings me to Dubai. There's the weather, because every time you have good weather here. For sure, also the tax situation in Germany. I don't took the tax for the beginning, because anyone is coming for tax. But it's not the main reason. I would like to have also the quality of living is much better in Dubai. So yeah, that's the reason why I choose Dubai. I think it's quite 1 year ago that I choose Dubai as the city of living. And I emigrate from Germany to Dubai, start my journey here, especially as a company who operates in the short-term rental area.
So that's our main topic today as well. So he's here. You were into the short-term rentals.
Yes.
And you came here to explore more opportunities.
Yeah.
Were you doing that? So tell me about your company, the short-term rental thing, because today's topic is actually we are covering the short-term rental business in Dubai and what is the scope and stuff like that. We will cover it in the entire podcast. So please, Dominique.
So I started already the short-term rental business. I started it in Germany already. So I know that it works. It's the kind of business who works. It is scalable, everything. So going to Dubai, it's the next level of scale that I would like to reach. That means the tourists are more here in Dubai. There are more and more. That means with each year who passed, Dubai is increasing with everything. So especially the tourists are getting more and more. And when I look to the business, especially to my company and this business, what I do in the short-term rental area, short-term rental just also for everyone, it's short-term rental means like Airbnb or Booking.com, just to have an association with it.
So we just explain, like there are like 2 types of rentals, like a long-term rental, which is like yearly based.
For the normal tenants.
For the normal tenants, we have like whatever the contract is, like 4 checks, 5 checks, 1 check, 2 check, whatever.
It
And
depends,
then
yeah,
there
right.
is the part where you have like short-term rentals.
Yeah.
And can you tell us the difference between all these two
For
types?
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
So as you were saying, you have the first option is the normal tenancy contract. What is known under the long-term tenant means that that's also special for Dubai. Just to say it, that in Dubai you have to sign your apartment or the contract for the apartment for 1 year. That means you are, let's say, fixed in the contract. You give them the checks, and then everything is going on. But you have the minimum of 1 year that you have to take the apartment. It's not this kind of strict 1 year, just for you to know. That means that when you are a long-term tenant in Dubai, you have also the opportunity to cancel your contract, but it goes in the term of, let's say you have to pay a penalty, but it's not the penalty that the landlord is, putting you out of the apartment. You pay the penalty without to stay in the apartment. That means you cancel your contract. You have 2 to 3 months of rest staying in the apartment. You pay it, so it's a security way for both.
It's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win situation. The landlord has the possibility.
And the tenant.
The landlord has a possibility to find a new tenant in the 3 months, and the tenant has to find a new apartment in 3 months. Everyone is happy. That's the main key in long-term tenancy or tenancy contracts in Dubai. That's the normal tenant who I think it's known in Europe, it's known in Pakistan, it's India, in the whole world it's known like this. That's the normal tenant who took the apartment. Now the opposite is the short-term rental business. I like to say also short-term rental Airbnb, because Airbnb, it's this kind of big brand who everyone knows, okay, Airbnb is short-term rental. That means
it's the next big thing right
it's
now.
It's the next big thing. And in short-term rental, it's different because you can took 1 night, you can took 1 week. It depends on your stay in the country that you would like to spend some holidays, or maybe you have some work to do over there. What we see in Dubai is also,
and Dubai is the right place to do that.
For sure. And that's the reason why, just for us, we are doing the hybrid model. Hybrid model means that you have the normal tourists, but you have also the working guys, the business guys, who are maybe they're working in Europe, they're working in the US, maybe in Asia, but they have to do some working stuff in the UAE, especially in Dubai. That means for this time of staying in Dubai, they have to have an apartment. And for sure, they don't take the 1 year contract, because maybe
it is very easy for them. They come
that's
here
the thing.
for 2 months, 1 month, whatever. They get the job done for a
Yeah.
contract base, and they don't want to stay for a longer period of time. Like
That's the main
sometimes
reason.
summer is hot,
Yeah.
and they don't want to work in the hot season. They want to cover the winters and
That's the
do
main
the
thing.
work and
That's
go
the main
back.
thing.
So it is very convenient for them,
Yeah.
and for the people who are here for the holidays.
For sure.
Yeah. So for both models, which one is the good one? So like pros and cons are for both of them.
For sure. You have in both options, you have the pros and cons. That's right.
For the tenants, and we know that
Yeah.
already. For what's for the landlord or the investor?
The landlord, you mean especially for the long-term tenant contract or for the
For
short-term?
both of them.
For both
Like
of them.
pros and cons. Yeah.
So you have the pros or cons. Let's start with the long-term tenant that you have, the normal tenant who is in the apartment. It's let's say it's a non-headache thing for the landlord, because the landlord signs the contract once, the tenant is in the apartment, the checks are given to the landlord, so it's a kind of secure way. That means the landlord has the checks in hand. That means he just give it to the bank, and at the date of the cash out, let's say, he just give it to the banker make the cash out, and then he get the money. So, and the contract is signed for 1 year. That's the kind of easiest thing. Everything is fine. But the cons also, you have to think about that the tenant are also expats. That means you have around, let's say, 85% of expats in Dubai. That means they are not coming from Dubai. So that is the cons in this situation or in this plan. That means that you have the tenants, they are here just for the high season. That means October, November, December, January, February, let's say March maybe also, they will stay here. But what happened in the summer months, in the low season, a lot of tenants will quit their contracts to get back in their home countries. just to make vacation. Because in summer, Dubai is...
So people usually do that thing. They sign a contract for 1 year,
Yeah.
not letting the landlord know that they will quit later.
Yeah.
But they do that.
Yes.
It's a common practice.
Yes. And by the law, he has to accept. He can't cancel something, or he can't tell the tenant that you can't do it. It don't work like this. He has to accept it because there's a penalty already. So that makes the law good for both sides. But that is, in my eyes, is the cons. Because the landlord he goes in the contract with non-headache. He has the checks in hand. The contract
he knows
is signed.
He has money.
That's
that
the
he
thing.
will cash it out.
But the
later
tenant
on.
will not tell him. He will just wait until the time is right, and then he will tell him that I will leave.
So there is a probation
quit.
period for like 2 months or 3 months, whatever.
Let's say
then,
3 to 4 months, where you have to look how to get your property full, or not full, to get money for the month who nobody is in there. That's the main key.
And also the property management that you have to do, the wear and tear and stuff like that.
That's the main key, and you have to pay them because
So
when you
what about the Airbnb stuff?
So when you look to the Airbnb stuff, it's let's start with the cons maybe. For sure, it's a kind of investment. That means it's with a higher risk than the normal tenant, because the normal tenant, he signs for just to look to the papers.
Yeah.
But the higher risk is there because also in the summer season, there are not this much tourists in Dubai, but there are still tourists in Dubai. And that's the reason why I don't see it as a con for this for the short-term rental, because it depends on the landlord and it depends on the management company, like we are one. Where's the difference in the apartments? That's the only thing, because the tourists will be there 365 days a year. So the whole year they are in Dubai. That means you have to make the difference in your apartment. That's the quality
of the interior,
the amenities, the style, the comfort from the bed, the bed sheets, the towels,
the automation,
everything. So it has to be easy for them.
I see for recently, like people are putting PlayStations and
also
all the latest gadgets and like
for sure.
Small like play stuff,
Yeah.
A short that covers a short area, like a sports or mini sport or something.
For sure.
To entertain and accommodate the tenant, so that if tenant has a good experience, then he will book it for the next year.
That's the main key, and it has to going on like this. You have to make the difference that when you have the first client in the apartment, he feels this much comfortable that he will book at the same stay he will book for next year. That's the main key that you have to reach. So that's the reason why for me it's not a con, because in summer season, for sure it's low season, but there are still tourists in it. And to see it on the other sides from the pros, you have the possibility to make more with your apartment because it's already furnished, everything is fine. So when you would like to put someone in, it goes like this. When you have a tenant in the apartment, maybe you would like to go in your own apartment to vacation. You can't because the tenant has signed the contract. So that's on the one side is the con, on the other side is the pro. So now you can also choose the option that you tell, okay, maybe in high season, you will do, let's say, X5, X6 to the low season, because you can earn much more money in this. It's incredible what you can earn.
Everything is packed.
Everything is
there
back.
Is New Year
the
coming
weather
up.
is better. The New Year, that's the main key that you're telling.
Especially across the New Year, the flights are very expensive.
It's incredible.
The stay is very expensive.
It's incredible.
And you won't be able to find anything in these big name hotels.
Yes.
And
everything's
occupied.
Everything's full. Look, everyone is coming to Dubai just for New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
That's the main key. So just for an example, when New Year's Eve is coming, let's just say five days around New Year's Eve. Some days before, some days after. You will make just in this few days, you make the same amount, the same cash will come in instead of a summer month. But we are just talking about 5 days.
And also, I think what I should add on is like in these European areas where it is like not that much hot over there. So people are trying to, especially in the summers, they want to experience that heat.
Yeah.
And they want to come. For us, it is like we don't want to feel that
Yeah,
heat.
yeah, sure.
For them it is fun, like, oh, okay,
It's
like
an experience.
it's an experience.
For
Go
sure.
to the desert, and I think Airbnb is a good model in high ROIs.
For sure. Much more than the normal
So
tenant contract.
why-
And you are more flexible. Do you have the flexibility
For both sides.
for both sides? So you can choose what you would like to do with your apartment. That means on one side you have the management company who will arrange everything. We will take care about the furnishing stuff. We will take care about the automatizations, the communication with the clients, everything.
The cleaning
laws,
and everything.
The cleaning, also what is very important to say, the laws, the regulations, everything is regulated by the government. So you have to have one guy who knows everything of this information. We take care about everything. That means this kind of business is a non-headache business for the landlord, because there's a management company who will operate in every kind of things what plays around the apartment. That means nothing to do. That means when you have the guest in the apartment, you earn money. When the guest is not in the apartment, for sure you will not earn money, but it's also the possibility for you as a landlord or owner to take the chance to get in the apartment. Because believe me, when you are in areas or locations like Business Bay, Downtown, Marina, JBR,
Yeah.
GLT, they're much more.
Expensive areas.
High expensive areas. So everyone would like to spend their free time there when they go on holidays. That means you have to have this kind of luck that your apartment will be empty, that you can take a stay in your own apartment. You know, that's the main key. So when everyone is thinking about this kind of things that, I don't know, yeah, okay, the apartment is rented out for a long-term tenant. It's nice, but what do you do when you would like to spend?
And especially
some holidays?
in the winters when you're trying to come with your family,
That's
you
the main
won't
reason.
be able to find anything cheap. It is very expensive.
That's the main reason. And
Yeah.
when you have your own apartment here, rent it out. Go for short-term rental. Go for it. Give it to a company. Everything is managed. So you will earn something from your investment that you have done with the property,
So-
what you buy it already.
Okay. Yeah. So can you, for example, tell me what can be the ROIs in terms of when you have that property on long-term rentals compared
Yeah.
to short-term rentals like Airbnb?
Easy to say. So in Dubai...
For the investors, yeah.
Yeah, for the investors, for sure. So when you buy a property, don't play with the numbers about the property, because it depends everything about the location. It's like 100 years in the past, it's everything around the location, it's everything about the infrastructure. So that means it depends where your property is, but then you can play around numbers. That means, what I mean especially with that is, you have locations in Dubai where you can earn, let's say, 6 to 8, 9% of rent from the rental index, let's say. So what the property costs, that you can put some 6 to 9%, then it's your rental income that you can earn. In other locations, it's much higher. So look to Business Bay or Downtown, for example, you can earn, let's say, 10 to 13% of your investment, like the rental income. Then that's what the long term can bring you. When you look to the short-term rental business, these are the same numbers, but add on 10 to 15% of the year. That's the income that you can earn with the short-term rental business. So that means when you look to the rent, I make you an example. You have bought the property. The property is, let's say, to make it easy, it's 100,000 dirham for yearly rent. That's the rent that you can get, the rental from this property. That
Generally, it's a round
the
figure,
annually, yeah. You get the 100,000 dirham as your rental income. When you go for short-term rental business, you add on 10 to 15%, and that's the topic or the add-on.
That's a very, very basic.
That's the basic.
And also when there is a peak time, there is more chances, like you might get like up to 50%, maybe.
It depends. It depends on what are you doing with your property. That's the main key. Because
people usually don't have, like, especially people when they put their property on Airbnb and then it is not like people, like I've seen some apartment, they don't even put the carpet.
Yes, thank you. And that's the main key, where the entry point for investors who are open-minded and they trust and they see something what the company are doing. It's the main key, and this is the winning point, let's say, because the competitors in Dubai, a lot of guys are thinking that, oh, there's so much competitors in Dubai. No, There are a lot of competitors, but I'm speaking, or I'm talking about the good competitors, and the good competitors are very less, because that's what you're saying. When you look to Airbnb,
It's all over the world in every single business. Trust me.
That's the thing. So look, and you are just saying this. The problem is that when you book an apartment in Dubai, there are not even the carpet is in it. Then maybe there's a towel less. Then you have the view is not the best one. There are so many things missing.
People want to save money by not spending in the interior and the furnishing the apartment.
That's the main
key.
Like
accommodating, like giving more facilities to the clients. And then they are expecting like, oh, like we don't get the high ROIs. Why can't we have the ROIs the way we want? Because they expect the Airbnb to cover all that shit.
And that's the only thing, they would like to do it fast. That's the only reason. The investors are buying the property and put it fast somewhere. Just put everything who's there, in the apartment, rent it out, done. Believe me, it will work for 2 months. But what happened with the other 10? Because then the competitors is there, and the competitor have maybe the sofa bed more comfortable, the decoration more comfortable, automatizations, everything is automated.
I think, I think you will still get the apartment booked on Airbnb, but the value of the money that you will going to have will be very less, because you won't be able to charge people more because your property is not that level.
Just look to the same apartment. There are a lot of apartments in the same building, and they're just neighbors. You have one apartment, Airbnb there, Airbnb there. This apartment, let's say quick and dirty. They made it, just everything in the apartment rented out as quick as possible. The other guy took maybe, let's say a week or 2. He took time, he do everything quite proper, everything is clean, automatization is there, PlayStation is there, the projectors there, the special things, They put
items for the kids to play, and
that's the thing. Or maybe some welcoming things, some dates, typical for Dubai, some present over there for the guests who are coming.
And also for the guests to have the limousine booked to pick up from the airport.
That's the main key. That's the difference that you can make. And for this kind of things, believe me, you have the same apartment. When the guy is looking on Airbnb and he knows how much amenities and service he get from your apartment,
and also the number of reviews that you have on your property.
That's also the same. And then he will choose. And it's not about the price, because the guy, when he looks through, he's maybe it's the same building, the same apartment, but when I look in detail to the apartment, the pictures are nicer, the amenities are nicer. This apartment is 1,000 dirham.
Clearly see the difference.
Yeah, he sees the difference. And also with the numbers, maybe he will see here, this apartment is 1,000 dirham less, cheaper. But here I have so many services. I am there for holiday. I don't want to get in an apartment and feel like I'm home. You would like to feel special. You would like to, maybe
you would
like
vacations to be special.
You would like to feel home, but on a luxury level. That you get in, that it's like crazy. Everything is there. Everything is there. I feel so comfortable that when I get back to my home, I'm feeling like, no, I would like to get back, because I'm feeling that's the second home. You have to make it cozy, like very, very cozy, that the guys are looking to your apartment like, I love it. I book at the same thing. At the same date of my staying, I book the next stay for the next year.
I can compare it with my experience that I was in USA, and I was staying at my friend's home. It was not Airbnb, but I can tell you, whenever I go there, I feel like I'm at home. Like the comfort level I get, like everything is clean, and I have a very good experience. So whenever you come back, even you get properties better than that, but your experience is so good, and your body and your mind is so much satisfied with that thing. You have like a chemistry with this kind of property, and then I will go back to Dubai and I will stay at that particular apartment.
Because every human is, let's say, they love this kind of habits. When you have the habit that you know the area, you know the place, you know everything, for the client or for the guests, it's more comfortable to book the same thing because they know, or because on the other side, when they have let's say when they have the chance, or they have two options. One, I know everything is fine, everything is nice, everything. And on the other side, it's like, there's something new coming up. I could try it, but I don't know how it is. But when they feel in the first option, in your option, for example, in your property, they feel like, no, I was cozy in the apartment. Everything was fine. Why to choose something new?
Why should I try to, put myself into a risk that I don't know?
Why?
The
I'm comfortable
experience,
in this, so I take the same.
That's why you have the repeat customers again and again.
That's the only thing.
So, Dominic, like two more things. I think like podcast has gone a bit not too long, but we will gonna like short it out and get. I don't want to, because it is so interesting to hear for the viewers as well. But everything we have to keep it short. Dominic, for 9 Keys, what your property management business has?
So we are in collaboration with Nike's. That means I'm especially a real estate agent, real estate broker, and I'm working with Nike's. That means my company that I have, I offer, or I give this possibility to Nike's that they can add on this service that we provide as a company as special service for their client. I call this one-stop solution. The clients come in, he buy the property from you, for example, from Nike's. So he comes to you, Saqib, he will buy a property, and then the first question is, okay, what happened after? I buy the property, what happened after? So now you can provide them.
There are a lot of people who are like interested. Okay, I buy the property,
but
I'm not living here. I want something out of it. Yeah.
And then you can tell them that, okay, we have more options. We have the service of the long-term tenant. You can choose them. That's the one option. And on the other way, you can tell, but short-term rental I heard about, I'm interested in, I would like to earn a little bit more money. I would also choose my property that I buy for myself sometimes. So I'm more flexible in this kind of thing.
That's good.
Then we offer this kind of service. That means when you buy a property at Nike's especially, you have our service from our company on top. That means we are providing you the service and everything.
Solution.
The one-stop solution.
And I will not ask for how much you charge, but I know that because it varies every single time during the seasons, but it is not that much compared to the ROIs you will going to get as a client if you buy the property from 9 Keys. We will do the rental thing for you, for the Airbnb, for higher returns, and also we will take care of the property management and things and that. And
on everything.
For everything.
That is the one-stop solution without headache.
So, in the end, what do you have for my people who are watching from Pakistan especially?
Yeah.
What do you want to tell?
I would tell them viewers from Pakistan that when you're interested to invest in Dubai real estate, Dubai properties, write Saqib, write 9 Keys, go especially to him, get all the information that you need from Dubai and everything, make a good investment, start your journey and earn money also after buying the property. That means go for short-term rental, go for a company who takes care about your property and earn money with you, not for you. That means we are like partners also in this kind of thing, that we would like to help you to get more money, especially to get also better life after, because that's the main goal that we would like to achieve.
So guys, I hope you like the podcast. We don't want to take it, this is the first ever one that we are doing, and we hope that we come back with interesting things like tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow, we have another podcast, and we're going to have more people in it with different topics about the real estate and what is going on in Dubai, and it will be very interesting. So thank you, Dominic, to have you on the Saqib the Beast podcast.
Anytime.
It was fun talking to you. Literally, I felt so much engaged. I just don't want to cut this podcast, but still for viewers, it is convenient to watch, not the long one. For sure. So I'm very thankful to you again, and we will discuss more about this rental thing in the coming podcast.
For sure. There's much more to know.
Yeah. So guys, do check out the podcast, like and subscribe to our channel, and we're gonna have something very good for you in the future. Thank you.